So let's say you want to create a form and you want to submit it using AJAX, which is basically submitting a form without refreshing your web page, and you don't know how to do it. Well, just follow this tutorial and you will know how to do it. Okay, so first of all, go to htdocs and create a folder with whatever name you want to give it. Just give it a name, like for example, I have given it AJAX form submit, and then open that folder in your editor. After that, in your index.html file, uh, I have some basic kind of form, as you can see, which have about two inputs. One is for email and the other one is for password, and a submit button. As you can see, it has a pretty much like kind of basic layout. After that, I have a script file, which is right here, which is my own custom file. And don't forget to include jQuery, and also don't forget to include jQuery before your script file, otherwise Ajax won't work. Include your jQuery before your script file. After that, come here to your form element and write just this event on your form, which is on submit event. Like whenever your form is submitted, this function will run, which has an argument. Event argument basically means whatever event happened to that form, what you want to do with it. So that's the kind of thing that this event is argument is used for. After that, this is the AJAX function, or you can say the JavaScript function, pretty basic. So first of all, what you're going to do is prevent the default behavior of the form, so it doesn't refreshes the whole page, because that is what we don't want to do. So this uh, line is used to prevent the form from submitting and preventing its default behavior. After that, we are going to get the form data uh, by using a small jQuery line. Mm, So this is basically similar as document.get element by ID. So this form has an ID, my form, and I'm getting that by using jQuery. After that, what you're going to do is serialize. Serialize is the jQuery method which is used to extract all uh, the form data whenever is it submitted, and store it in this variable. After that, we're going to write an AJAX function, uh, basically tell the script where the form is going to submit and what kind of like for example, the one that I'm typing it is used to check what kind of type it is. Like there are two type of form submissions. First one is the get type, and the other one is post, and the post is most secure, and you can store a lot of data and send and receive a lot of data with it. It is also a recommended way of doing credentials and sensitive data, so always try to use post and don't use get with form elements. After that, we have the URL, which is basically the URL where your server or your backend file is located. For me, it is server.php, which is a test kind of file. So I'm gonna give its URL right here. If your file is in somewhere in folder, so you're gonna write there like this, folder slash folder slash wherever it is located. So I think you got my point. After that, we have the data variable, which is basically the form data. And after that, we have the success functions, which indicates if the form is submitted successfully, what should happen. And it has a callback function, which receives one argument called response. Basically, this argument contains all the output from the backend. So in the backend, if we go to the backend, there I have just printed the post array. Post array is basically the array which is going to store all this data, the form data, and we are going to receive this the front end data in this array, post array. If we were using the method get over here, like if I change it to get, then we will also change it over here too. get because we are sending a get request. But in this case, we have a post request, so we are going to use post request. And I'm just printing, which is a simple line for printing an array. Basically, this post is an array, and I'm printing it. So let's say I have an output over here, like this one, and I want to show all the PHP or the backend data in this element. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just text, which is basically used to change the text of an element. So let's see what happens when we let, let's submit the form with empty fields. As you can see, an empty array is returned with an email is the name and the password is the name of this input. In the email is for this input, and these two variables, the email and the password, are coming from here. As you can see, both of these inputs have name element, name as email, and the other one has the name as password. So that's why we can see this name, email, and password. Let's enter some data. As you can see, this is the email and this is the password. So this is a basic way of submitting an PHP form or AJAX form. Now let's say that you want to check if any of these fields like email or password is empty or not. So here's how you want to do it. So you're going to check if not empty, which means that if this field is not empty, like it has some kind of value. Let me write the whole statement. Mail and means other field should also be not empty. There is also another thing function that people also use instead of empty, and that is set, which is basically similar to this. Uh, I haven't felt any kind of change in between both of these, but I generally use empty as it checks if the variable is empty or not. So if both of them are not empty, means both of them have sub values, then we will print the whole thing, or else we will just echo like something is missing. Okay, now let's load the whole page and check if it is working. Okay, yeah, it is working on similar. If we fill both of the fields, then it is giving us this value. So this is how you can submit a form with Ajax. And if you have any kind of problems with it, please let me know in the comments.